I have redone this video 3 times now, calling it the worst map ever, the worst Treyarch map ever, and now this one. So why have I changed my mind so many times? Well, the more I play it, the less angrier I get, the more strategies I've found to have some fun, and taking a second to think why Treyarch did certain things that they did. So I've asked myself this question for the past week now. Is Reckoning a good map? Do the pros outweigh the cons? And has all of my hate towards this map been for a good reason? But let's start with where we're at in the story. We are on our way to Janus Towers, picking which lesser evil we will choose to serve and helping them complete their journey that they have been so desperately working towards. I welcome you to Reckoning. Is that? Oh! Fuck this. Fuck this stupid fucking Easter egg. Fuck it. Fuck this fucking Easter egg. I have way too many questions that we have no answers to. I say this is the worst map in the game.
Dude, honestly, I think this is over Shino Numa, bro. I'm taking this one over Shino.
That's what you're gonna compare it to. Shino Numa. Obviously, I have many problems with this map, but that doesn't mean that there isn't anything I like. For example, the soundtrack is awesome, especially Elena's return on the mic. Easily the best part of the map. Also, the Pack-a-Punch camo is my favorite in this game by far. With the addition of elemental equations and electron designs, it is just so freaking cool. I also think that traversing through the map can be fun if you have the augment on stamina, where it relieves all fall damage, making falling through the map hilariously fun. There are also a couple of steps on the Easter egg that I do want to shout out. I love complicated steps, and I love math. So the step where you have to find the 4 magazines and input that code into the computer, that has to be my favorite part of the Easter egg. And one final detail that I can shout out on this map are the perk and hidden drop locations, such as the insta-kill, where you can use it and it could be a huge, massive help towards defeating the Forsaken. Melee Macchiato for when you have to open up the crate with the brain. Quick Revive because in classic zombies form, Quick Revive has always been in the starting room. And Stamina Up so you can link the 4 terminals faster. Now unfortunately that is all of the good on this map, but everything else I'm either a little bit mixed on or I hate. So let's move on to the gameplay. I would consider this map to be one of the harder maps in this game due to Uber Klaus. He has an insane amount of health with a difficult weak spot to hit if you don't have Ether Shroud or a Maelstrom or the best weapon in the game. He also deals the most damage to you with his energy mines that he somehow never misses you. He is not fun to play against, meaning that picking the best weapon in the game is honestly your best bet, which also means that hitting the box or buying wall buys is even more worthless than ever. But wait, what about the wonder weapon? Ass! It is by far the most boring wonder weapon ever. Now obviously the base Gorgafex version is gonna eventually need to be upgraded to either the Gorgafex C or the G, but the base version is so boring. This weapon is a Dollar Tree version of the Alicia's Annihilator, a far superior wonder weapon than this piece of dog shit. I think the wonder weapon looks kind of cool, but story-wise, it doesn't seem to deal with anything with the map. Robots seem to be the #1 priority of this map. Wouldn't it have been cooler if we had a robot pistol instead of whatever the fuck this butthole thing is? And getting this wonder weapon is also so janky and so clumsy and weird. The step where you have to get 3 vermin and 3 zombie souls sucked inside of the cyst is such an annoying step every time I do it. Also, sucking the energy from the dark ether flowers is not fun to do at all with acid pools being spit at you. It's not even challenging, it's just annoying. And that's all this quest is annoying. There really are no fun steps in my opinion, it's just all a chore. And to top it all off, with the Forsaken being the final boss in an Uber Klaus form, lazy as fuck. Just another beefed up Uber Klaus, in which case if you don't have a good starting weapon, then guess what? You're fucked. I don't have fun with bosses that have extra zeros at the end of their health bar. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's enjoyable. Is it a challenge? Yes, but not a fun one. But there are 2 different versions of this weapon, but with a catch. You can only get 1 version per game unless you test your luck with the box to get the other version. But considering that you need to buy your 11 perks and triple pack-a-punch both guns, which equals to 155,000 points, and doing some simple math, if you just kill zombies, you will need to kill 1,723 zombies. But if you're feeling accurate that day and you go for straight headshots, you will need to kill 1,348 zombies, which would bring you to around round 35. So, with that being said, hitting the box is so far out of the equation. But how do they perform? They are boring to use, and the acid version of this weapon is the same as the ray gun Mark II R, only this time every shot is the acid pool. And the blue version of this wonder weapon is just an energy mind bomb. We are really breaking new grounds with this wonder weapon. If I had a genie in a bottle and he gave me one wish, I would wish to be in the conference room while they were talking about this wonder weapon, because this is such a half-assed wonder weapon and honestly an embarrassment to the people who thought of this weapon. Considering that one of the only features that makes each of these maps in Black Ops 6 different or unique is the wonder weapons. It is the most important feature to get right, and this map fails on every level. And the real wonder weapon on this map has to go to the Maelstrom, a gun that you could spawn in with that also can be paired with hidden power that will make you fly through early rounds until you get to pack 3. I briefly talked about points and how many zombies you need to kill to get all your weapons maxed and perks purchased, but one of the ways besides using gobblegums is to complete side Easter eggs, and the side Easter eggs on this map are so criminally bad that it consists of you dumpster diving and maybe getting something good until you unlock the golden garbage. And also you can put paintings on the wall. Oh, and the map exclusive reward can't even be unlocked until Mr. Peak's field upgrade comes out. Yep, we are gatekeep towards this map exclusive side Easter egg reward until a shit event comes out so that we can unlock a field upgrade that should have already been in the game. But because this video has taken me so long to record and edit, Mr. Peak's field upgrade is now available. So how does this knife perform? It is terrible. It sucks against the Uber Klaus, it's terrible against the Doppelgas, and it only kills 3 zombies per throw. Is it a cool weapon to have? Yes. Is the quest to getting it fun? Sure. I think the most notable step is using the RCXD to blow up the ether crystal. That's a fun and unique part. But other than that, the map exclusive reward is so boring and terrible. And it's almost as good as the tomahawks, which, yes, kill a maximum of 3 zombies per throw. Only this time, you have an unlimited amount of dark ether blades. Oh, and I almost forgot. You can put a chicken bucket on your head because fuck it, why not? There are other smaller returning features like this vending machine from Liberty Falls and the pool table from Terminus and a couple of other maps, but all of these rewards are terrible and reduced down to luck. I have pulled a golden gear for my weapons, which was pretty awesome if I didn't pop a hidden power before getting this, but for the most part, all of the rewards are pretty bad. I just cannot get over the fact that we become dumpster divers and good Samaritans by putting paintings back on walls while wearing a chicken bucket. This is some Seattle homeless activities. The only thing that I am missing is my crack cocaine. But luckily, there is one side Easter egg on this map that is actually very good and is well earned if you manage to complete it, and that is the target side Easter egg. And depending on what round you complete these side Easter eggs on, you can either get the blue, purple, or gold gear. You can get a pack 1, 2, or 3 crystal, and you can get a random ammo mod. This is a great side Easter egg. And I've done this probably 15 times, and I would think that at this point it would be repetitive, but I'm shocked to say that I don't think it is. I get so laser locked in with this side Easter egg that it blows my mind with how bad of aim I have. Deadshot Daiquiri will not help you with this. It is all about your aim and your skills. And if you can't complete this, go back to target practice. But this side Easter egg solves a huge problem with this game, and that is the progression of becoming powerful. Without this side Easter egg, I would have deemed this to be one of the worst maps in this game. One day I was looking at a video that contained all the side Easter eggs so that I can get my final thoughts and everything put out there. And I had no idea that this side Easter egg even existed. So that is what changed my mind on this map, for it to be one of the worst maps to actually being you'll find out later on in this video. But this is a great side Easter egg, and it's probably one of the top 5 side Easter eggs in this game, in my opinion. An honorable mention that I want to discuss is a map that did side Easter eggs correctly, and that is the Tomb. I cannot think of a side Easter egg on that map that is worse than any on this map. The golden armor plates alone beat most side Easter eggs in this game, let alone the free Pack-a-Punch 1, the purple gear, a free ray gun, free perks, and all of those together make going through this map actually somewhat enjoyable. But this map could have good rewards, but they insist on luck of the draw. One of my biggest disappointments is the parachute. I hate the parachute. I don't like how it works, and I especially hate that you spawn in with it. Easily one of the biggest missed opportunities would have been a mini quest to get it, or maybe 3 parts spread around the map. But the parachute gets rid of the fear of falling to your death, and instead it is more of an annoyance. And speaking of parts, almost every part on this map is only involved with the main quest. Parts have been a huge feature since Black Ops 2, whether it was for your shield or for an upgrade for your weapon. They are an extra step towards your progression on becoming powerful. And on Reckoning, there is only one part. Yes, one part, and that is the cyst. And depending on which version of the cyst you're getting, then I guess 4 parts? All of the other maps on Bo6 have multiple parts that are outside of the main quest, but it is as if the map was only made for completing the main quest. Everything you do on this map is a step towards the main quest, with the lack of side Easter eggs and the lack of parts outside of the main quest are concrete evidence that this map was specifically only made for completing the main quest and wrapping up the story to move on to Black Ops 7. Now let's talk about the main quest. It's really nothing special. It pretty much consists of killing mini bosses, running parts back and forth towards the teleporter for Tower 3, and becoming a Pokemon master. But let's get into the boss fight, and we will start off with Sam. For 98% of the fight, she has a shield mitigating any and all damage you try to deal, and there's nothing you can do about it. The fight is not fun at all, and it's just like all the fights prior to Reckoning. All I wanted on this map for the final boss was to have a certain step that you must complete in order to either move on or to deal damage to the boss, and what they added is a Sam trial. So, moving on to Richtofen's fight. Fuck it. This fight is way too damn hard, and you don't even get a different reward for completing this fight other than the cutscene. Dying Wish just does not work in this fight. But I will say, once you complete it, the feeling of complete and utter joy overwhelms you. And the satisfaction of seeing Richtofen throw it back for a real one, peak cinema. Making this part was a real struggle for me because I was bouncing back and forth whether or not I really hated this map, or if I started having fun on this map, if I should backtrack on my hate, or if I should really push on. Because I love this game. This game was the start of my channel, so it'll always have a soft spot in my heart. But there are so many elements in this game that I love. The weapons, the augments, the perks, and the gameplay. So I already love the gameplay on this game, but it's hard for me to see if I hate this map or not, because of the side Easter eggs, the wonder weapon, and all the fun that I could have on this map. I could have fun on all other maps. I will give you guys my final thoughts in the final section of this video, but until then, moving on to part 3. There are so many reused elements on this map, such as the vending machine, the dark ether room that we've seen in the Tomb, zombie models we've seen on Terminus and Liberty Falls, doppelgas and bugs returning again, and many more. This kills the map for me for obvious reasons, being that I've already done and played all these features on other maps, making this map feel so much less special and unique. But the other ideas they had on this map are so poorly executed in my opinion that this map has multiple missed opportunities. Let's talk about the Klaus that you build and revive. Wouldn't it be cool if he unlocked doors throughout the map, causing you to actually want to build him in each and every game? But no, he is only an Easter egg step. How about one of my favorite rooms, the robot room? Can you do anything in that room other than build Klaus? No. No cool side Easter eggs in that room, just a reused vending machine and parts for Klaus. And don't even get me started on Pack-a-Punch. Absolute peak gameplay. The biggest miss is the wonder weapon. I've already talked about it, but I just had to add it in this section. A charge shot pistol has already been done. It was done way better in every way, and the charge shots are all reused elements from different weapons. Just such a waste of a wonder weapon and a disgrace to the wonder weapon name. I also think this map looks boring. It doesn't help that half of the maps in this game are on the same block, and Citadel and the Tomb also being neighbors. But going into this map knowing where we were going, I wasn't excited at all. We have already been to this map featuring a lab, Terminus. We have already seen the dark ether flowers from the Tomb, and the rest of the map is either an office floor or the lobby. Nothing new, nothing exciting, and rarely any innovation, besides the Klaus enemies, where I would rather play Russian roulette with a fully loaded AK. And if I didn't give you guys enough examples of them reusing details, then let me give you guys one last final example. Nothing matters. Those two words have been haunting me since I've seen the endings to this map. Treyarch has been building the story around Richtofen and Sam's mission to accomplish their goals, but both cannot be done with only one winner. Nothing bothers me more than a "you choose the ending" card, because it doesn't matter. One of the stories will be canon while the other disappears like a fart in the wind. So what's the point? I guess it would be cool to see what happens to the winner, but both endings are the worst cutscenes in Zombies ever. Not a word is said. They just win and the screen cuts to black. In both endings we get the same cutscene with the Primus crew returning, and I am not a fan of their return. It is such a cry for help for old Zombies players to return, and it is so obvious. Marvel is even doing the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. returning as Doom, Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine, Punisher, Daredevil. These are all cry for helps because all these characters are known and loved by the fans. And I do not like any of these characters in Black Ops 6 Zombies besides Richtofen. But that shouldn't mean that they should just give up and bring back the OG characters that we all know and love. How about we take what we have and just improve on it? I can forgive a mediocre year of bad writing, but what they are doing is just nostalgia bait at its finest. Oh, and I cannot wait for Black Ops 7 to release, and we either get the pre-order now and get the Primus skins for free, or if you want the Ultimus version of Dempsey, that will cost you 3,000 COD points. Yeah, where's that AK so I can play Russian roulette again? This isn't the only story that has multiple endings. The story to Liberty Falls has been compiled to what version of the Gorg effects you want, and whatever you choose, one of the characters from the Liberty Falls story will die. Another wasted potential that falls into the "it doesn't matter" category. The story in this game had massive potential. It was ultimately crucified by its multiple different endings, making everything that we fought for, the hidden truths, the plot twists, all lead to "it never mattered." This was the hardest review for me to make because my emotions were all over the place. Knowing that the ending is the most important part to every story, stakes and expectations were inevitably going to be extremely high. And with everything that I've said about this video, the wonder weapon, the lack of creativity, and so many missed opportunities, it was extremely hard for me to render whether or not this map was good or bad. Because at the end of the day, the gameplay is all that matters. Whether it's the weapons, the field upgrades, your tacticals, your lethals, your wonder weapons, your perks, everything everything combined has to make for a fun playing experience, and I think this game has that. But with every map feeling the same has a huge consequence and a huge importance to the wonder weapon, because that is the biggest feature on every map that will define if the map is good or bad. I think Terminus gets a lot of heat because the Beam Smasher isn't the best wonder weapon, but it is one of the coolest wonder weapons. But with the Gorg effects, it has the same effects as the Energy Mine in the Ray Gun Mark II-C. And it doesn't help that the gun is ass. Another thing that doesn't help is the Uber Klaus. I hate playing against him, but I've come out with so many different strategies for taking him down that he's kind of a breeze, but at the same time, I still don't enjoy having him around. So if each of these maps play the same, why not play Terminus, or Liberty Falls, or Citadel, where I could take care of those elite enemies in a more fun and easy fashion? So what are my final thoughts on this map? Do I think it's a good map? Do I have fun? And the answer, I do not think this is a good map, but I do have fun on it because of the gameplay. I know it's a very fine line that I'm trying to balance on right now, but I hope that this makes sense to you guys. I can have fun on this map, and I have had fun on this map, but if I had to make a tier list, which is going to be the next video, of which map I like the best, you guys are going to have to wait until the next video comes out, which will be me ranking every single Black Ops 6 map from worst to best. I don't want to spoil too much, but all I can say is I have fun with all of the Black Ops 6 maps. Hopefully there are some more side Easter eggs to unearth on Reckoning that will make the map even better. But as of right now, where this map stands, it's not my favorite. I would like to give a moment of silence to a fallen comrade, Chief Blanchard. Now I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Reckoning? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? I would love to converse with each and every one of you guys. So if you guys have something to say, please let me know. If you guys disagree with anything that I've said at all, let me know. But please, please be nice about it. I can only take so much. Like I said before, my next video will be ranking every single Black Ops 6 map from worst to best. So if you guys want to stay up to tune with that, please subscribe. And if you guys want to spank my bells, hey, I will not stop you. Have a good one, guys. Take care.